Welcome to the Artist Loft, the talk show for all artists. Join us each show as we spotlight a variety of different creatives, hosted by the Florida Arts Network, with Richard Sosa and Frank A. Ruffolo.
Hey, Lofties, we're back.
Yes, welcome to another episode of the Artist Loft. Okay, and as many of you know, those of you who have been watching us for a while, the Artist Loft is an arm of the Florida Arts Network. We are a network that wants to reintroduce or introduce kids to the arts, work with those that show incredible talent but maybe don't have the resources to develop their craft. And we also want to promote the artists that are creating the work, and hence that's why we have this show, the Artist Loft, to bring those artists on the air.
So if you want to be a guest, contact us on our website, www.floridaartsnetwork.org. If you want to be a sponsor, do that too.
Yes, please be a sponsor
and make a donation.
Yeah, we are a 501c3 nonprofit, so any gifts are tax deductible. So please jump on our website and show a little love to some of these kids. In the meantime, today we have on the air, in person,
on the couch,
the man, the myth, the legend. Oh wait, no, we don't have him. We've got Alex. All right, Alex Moreno, how's it going, buddy? How are you?
Good afternoon. I like the term lofties. I'm becoming a lofty.
Yes,
becoming a lofty.
It is a great term. Frank coined it months ago.
A couple of months, yeah.
Yeah, a few months ago, and I was like, I like that. I want to get some T-shirts that say lofty. I'm a lofty or something, you know. Oh man. So, Alex, you've been busy. Why don't you fill us in a little bit on some of the stuff that you've been doing, and then you're also working with the Flow Film Festival. We'll talk a little bit about that in the second half of the show.
And also tell us stuff you're going to be doing.
Yes.
Or hope to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So thanks for having me on the show. Hi, everybody. I'm the creator of Future Leaders of the World. It's a program where we work with a group of young students, typically high school age, college age. So I'll talk about what we just did leading into this film festival. So we were working in Miami at the Department of Corrections facility, TGK Boot Camp. We had 18 cadets who were taught a health curriculum. From that health curriculum, they had to craft kind of like just write raw story ideas. Then we've already taught them about suicide prevention and substance abuse. So then we teach them about story structure, how to write a professional script. We have story producers work with them on crafting that script, type them up in final draft. Then it goes to my youth advisory board. I have young students who are trained to read a script, critique it, give scores back and feedback so the scripts can get better and better. Then the top 4 scripts were held inside the facility, which was the first time we'd ever done this. We brought in professional actors, we did a table read, and we chose the top 2 slated for production. Mm-hmm. The first one was supposed to be filmed in the facility, but we couldn't do it there. So we've had to change the setting, same story, different setting. And we're shooting that this Sunday and Monday here in Broward County in Pembroke Pines.
Very cool.
But then right after that, as we start post-production, we'll be premiering what we call the second film, which we shot first, which is called Jupiter. And that's about a young girl that overcomes suicide through the power of music.
Okay, so quick question. So you said that you have, how many, 18 cadets?
Yes, at that time.
All right. How were they chosen? Were they just told about this program and whoever wanted to could sign up, or
so
did you select them?
They have what they call platoons. You typically, 2 or 3 platoons go through the facility in a year. So this was the first time we had done it with them. We probably should have started with these cadets a little sooner. They're there for 8 months. I think we probably should have started not long after they had been in, and that just led to some problems after the fact. So from the 23 cadets, 18 chose to be with us, 5 had a chance to go and work before leaving, and they chose that. So it was the whole platoon was offered the class, but only 18 of the 23 had signed up.
Because it's like generally a work release program.
Yeah, so
transition back.
Exactly. So right now, that group that I work with, they're all out on probation. And 5 of them are coming to set this week to be extras in the film.
Oh, wow.
And then the 2 writers of that movie are coming, I think, on the Sunday so that we can interview them for a BTS promotion video.
Right.
And then at the film festival, which happens to be a few days later, we're hoping that the writer of Jupiter comes so that we can acknowledge him for his work on that film.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah,
and I've heard that you guys have found some pretty good talent there.
Oh yeah. So I've only been in the Florida film industry for a short time, and I've definitely noticed that the talent pool as far as actors for the young people is great down here. What happens is they move on.
Yeah.
So we have less of a pool to pull from for adults, because if they're really, really good, their agents and stuff send them up to Atlanta, LA, New York, wherever. So typically a lot of the adults don't stay here. But if you're doing work with young people here in South Florida, you have a great pool of talent.
Oh, absolutely. And over the years, I have literally worked with thousands of kids. And the talent here is absolutely incredible. Now, you also have some kids that, they're doing it because their mom and dad want them to do it. They're like living vicariously through their kids. But for the most part,
you see that in auditions as well, when parents bring their child and they just need a lot more work. We had in the auditions, we had 2 days of auditions, and we probably saw about close to 60 actors.
Yeah.
And there was definitely 4 of them. It was their very first time auditioning. We spent a little time with them, and then we spent some time after the fact. So our producer, Kimberly Douglas, sat them aside and said, look, here's some resources that you can see that you've got talent, but you're so far down. You've got to go get experience or start working either in an acting class, acting coach, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to see that those 4 to audition, say, next time around, to see how better they are. We'll see.
Yeah.
In the past, have you had any people that come in for audition in that category and you tell them to go seek further help? Have they ever come back?
Yes, that's really great that you brought that up. So, Flow's been around for about 3.5 years. We did our first production in October 2021. When I held auditions, actually when I met you, Richard, it was that time. When I held auditions, there was one girl that she was pretty good, but I don't know, I just didn't quite feel it with her, especially for that role. So I stayed in touch with her, and she ended up being the lead actor in the second film we did about 9 months later. And she's going to be my voiceover actor for this role that we're shooting over the weekend.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
That's really good. And let me tell you, auditioning is scary. It really is. The first few times that you're auditioning, oh gosh, I remember the first audition I ever went to back when dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Yeah, we've worked with
Is that a silent movie?
Yeah.
So we had worked with Ed Arenas, a casting director in Miami. So we got a really good pool of talent. To
I know
from.
Ed.
And as I said, 4 of them first time auditioning. So we just spent a little time with them because, as Kimberly and I are always stating, we're trying to build our tribe here in South Florida, so that once we're more known for what we do, like some of the actors and even the crew are quite shocked at the pay scale we give them. We go as close to SAG as possible.
Yeah.
So if you're an extra on my set, it's $50 just for kind of walking by. If you have a speaking role, even if it's just one line, it's $150. If you're an actor there, it's $240 a day, and then it just keeps going up. Like my leads are making $450, $500 a day.
Yeah, that's scale.
Because we want to pay for the good talent that we're seeking. A joke is on my sets, you'll be told to leave if you bring pizza on my set. We don't want anything representing, some of these low budget things. I had a
Yeah.
rant recently on my Instagram where I was contacted by a director looking for talent, and at the very bottom it said no pay. And I
Oh,
called
no,
her up and
forget
said, "Are you
that.
kidding me? How are you expecting someone to come all the way up to Boynton Beach for a full day of work and you're not paying them? You're paying everybody else on set. Why are you not paying talent?"
Yep.
And I find that amazing that actors will accept roles for no pay. No, I'm going to tell every actor right now, if you're looking at this, right, or listening on whatever format, stop giving discounts when you know your worth, right?
Yep.
So, if you get a job, there should be some pay. Even if it's next to nothing, fine. But it has to be some pay.
Yeah.
And every producer and director out there, stop at this. Let's make our budget, but we have nothing in line for talent. Stop it.
I've been saying that for ages. Now I get it. Like at the beginning when you're a student actor and everything. Yeah, you're gonna do some stuff for pizza, and stuff like this because you're passionate about it, kind of paying your dues, right? But at some point, and it should be sooner than later, right? At some point, you gotta say, no, if you want me, you gotta pay me. I appreciate when I get a call, say, hey, I want you for this particular film, blah, 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 and then they say, how much do you want? I'm like, thank you, because it's expensive to go to acting classes. It really is. Acting classes are expensive. It's a lot of work. And so you're gonna repay me with a pizza?
I know, exactly. So you've got a professional crew filming the movie, and you're professional actors, so they should be paid. So I get very annoyed with fellow directors and producers that think they can just get away with not paying the actors. And I'm a firm believer that everybody has a worth.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, maybe my budget is less on this shoot than the previous shoot, so maybe the rates will drop, of course, but no one should be working for freelance.
Okay, so now what do you do about deferred?
What do you mean deferred?
Oh, well, can't pay you now. It's going to be deferred payment. If the movie makes money, you'll make money.
I think above the line people can take that risk.
Yeah.
If I'm a producer on a shoot and we have a really low budget, we can just about barely film it, but no one else can get paid unless it gets picked up for distribution and sales. So I have that choice to make. But people who are working should not do that.
Yeah.
You should be paid for the work they do.
Yeah, good. Yeah, we need to put that out more. We really do. And I appreciate people like you that do pay their talent, because my gosh, it's tough work.
Yeah, I have funding now for last year, which we're finishing off these two movies, and we have funding. Well, we had funding for 2025, with everything going on above us right now. We don't know if the funding's frozen or paused, so different conversation. But even when I was paying out of pocket for my own shoots,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I would negotiate with actors and crew for lower rates because it was coming out of my own pocket.
Right.
I'm still paying.
I remember that,
I'll
yeah.
bartend and make money, then pay my actors.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't paying my actors $400 a day back then because it was out of my own pocket. I was negotiating with them.
Yeah, I know. I remember those days, but you were still paying them.
Yeah.
You were still paying them. I don't know.
Yeah, that's something that has to be done, because I think Florida's gotten a bad rap about movies being made and nobody's getting paid.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully, so Broward County is now being joined by Miami-Dade County that offers some incentive package. So hopefully that will encourage more work to come into South Florida.
Yeah.
And they have to use X amount percentage of local people. So hopefully that will raise the bar a little bit.
Yeah.
We've tried to do it with our small project. We're probably doing 2 or 3 shoots a year maximum right now. But yeah, we always want to make sure that we take care of our crew,
Yeah.
our talent, whether it's conditions on set or whether it's actually.
Yeah, and the incentives that they have now, and I've spoken with Sandy Leiterman some time ago about this. It's great for low budget films, right? By low budget, I mean like $5 million and under, and there are great incentives for like a series. If you're going to do a series, so and it's are you going to bring in the big budget films? Probably not for now, but it's a start. It's something we got to get Florida back on the map. We were number 3. We were number 3 as far as filming goes many years ago until we lost the incentives, and then once we lost those, it kind of went down the toilet. Yeah. All right, so we are going to break for commercial, and we'll be back with Alex in just a moment.
See you later.
Frank A. Ruffolo, a renowned author and screenwriter known for his books such as 10048, Blue Falcon, Memoir of a Soldier, and his latest, Samuel of Sarah. Check out his website, frankaruffolo.com, for more info or purchase his books on Amazon.
What's up, everybody? This is Agent Remate, but most of you know me as Esteban Julio Ricardo Montoya de Rosa Ramirez from The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. I just wanted to give a shout out to my man Richard Sosa. He is one of the best acting coaches that I've had the pleasure to work with, and he's actually worked with me and my program for many years, and I highly recommend this guy. So if you have an opportunity to work with him, what are you waiting for? Now, get out of my face. Esteban Julio Ricardo Montoya de Rosa Ramirez. I am out.
And we're back. Yep, back with Alex. So, Alex, I know that you are involved with Kimberly. You're helping out tremendously with her film festival that is coming up. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the Flow Film Festival officially starts a week today.
Yeah.
At the Eastern Hotel, downtown Fort Lauderdale. Then on Friday, we're having world premieres of the films. I think it's a block between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. at the Paradiso in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. I have 2 films premiering there. One of them is Jupiter, the Flow film, and one of them is a dark comedy called Butcher's Bill. Then on the Saturday, I'm giving a presentation at Art Serve downtown Fort Lauderdale, all about flow, and we'll show Jupiter again because I shoot my movies in bilingual. Mm-hmm. I use bilingual actors. I have a take in English and then próximo en español. So that way, I'm getting 2 movies for the price of 1 because our movies are going to be basically shown in educational settings.
Right.
So we'll be doing a presentation and showing the movies again on Saturday. Then on Sunday, I believe she has 2 events, and then an event on the Monday as well.
Yeah.
So it's a international film festival. I do know there's submissions, I believe, from Iran is one of the countries.
Yeah, she was telling me about that. Yeah.
Amazing.
Then us locally. I'm so sorry. Someone's really trying to reach me.
You're a popular guy.
Sorry about that. So the film festival will be, as I said, premiering the films Friday night, and then all the other activities are more like networking and bringing people together. Then I believe the film that wins gets guaranteed distribution. I know last year it was the film from Vietnam, which done very, very well.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm still in touch with the producer for that. A Fragile Flower.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I remember it was a Vietnamese film.
Yeah. Filmed all the filming done here in the States.
Awesome.
The first Vietnamese film filmed in the States. Jacqueline was the producer for that. Oh gosh, I can't remember her last name. It's terrible. I'm terrible with names. The only reason I remember my own name is because everyone's always yelling it at me. But she did a phenomenal job with that film. I was very impressed with it. I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the films, and if there's anything that I can do to help with the production, and anything that we can do as fan, let us know.
Spread the word. Like I said, tickets are on sale now. They have a wonderful
Where can they go
deal.
for tickets?
I can send the producer the link. I'll do that.
Okay.
All
right. So we can, and then we can put that on our website.
Yeah,
as well.
we'll put it on social media.
Yeah. Because we really want to spread the word. I've been going to to these Flow Film Festivals for a while, and let me tell you, some of the work, some of the projects that have come out of there are amazing
talent.
Yeah, it
So
really is.
Alex, are you going to be going? I know you do it here in Miami, but as you have talked in the past about going international, doing some working. I know you did some stuff in Canada, and you also talked about Ukraine. I don't know, is that
Yes,
still viable?
so just for the producer, it's www.flowffm.com. That's for the film festival's website. If you go to the schedule, it's probably best if you want to have a great weekend. $100 for a whole weekend pass. It gets you into all 7 events.
Yeah,
So that's probably the better deal.
Yeah.
And then as far as our international work, so we were approached by the Peace Corps to do work in the Ukraine. So we have started that conversation, but with what's going on right now, it's more like on pause.
Yeah.
But we found the agency that we want to work with. We've made that connection. So I think that will happen when it needs to happen. The Canadian thing, the producer that we found up there is actually in Portugal shooting 2 movies this year, so that's on pause. But the most serious inquiry that's probably going to happen first is Greece. So we connected with an agency that deals with youth in Greece. And then my best friend's other good friend now lives in Greece, and her husband has got the governmental contract to do all the optic fiber work in Greece. And they're from Spain, but they're moving to Greece, and they really want to do things right in a sense of not just get the jobs and do the work, but really be integrated into the community. So they've asked me to come there. They would fund a Flow project, and then in like scratching their back, we would shoot a lot of footage so that we could make promo videos for them as the sponsor of
very
Flow in
cool.
Greece. So I'm connected very well with the University of Miami that happens to have a good connection to the film industry in Greece as well. Every summer students go for a semester to work
didn't
in Greece.
know that.
Right? Yeah, it's awesome. Go work in Greece for the summer and shoot a movie. So I can envision the summer of 2026, we would be out there doing the Flow project. So they're always there kind of like July, August. So that has to be the end. So I figured we'd start there, say in March 2026 with all the education, then shoot it with my crew plus the Greek industry as well, and then accumulating the lesson plans that we always put together in different languages so that then it can be given to the educators. So I definitely envision that happening this time next year.
Rich, we have a contact in Greece, don't we?
we do. We do.
We need to.
Yeah,
We need to give Manny a call.
let's talk to him.
Have Alex.
He hates being
touch with
called
Alex.
Manny.
Yeah, he's being called Manny.
Yeah, he hates that. yeah, we do have a connection in Greece. We have connections all over the place.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's
Good to have
crazy. But yeah, we'll tell him about your project. He's really good about finding funding for projects and stuff.
Yeah, and now the Greek government is finally offering incentives to get films made in Greece.
Very nice.
So, do I go to Chicago or do I go to Greece for the shoot?
I don't know. If you twisted my arm just a little bit, I'd be in Greece.
So we'll see. I don't know if you know Diliana Alexander.
Oh yeah,
I figured you
I've
would.
known her forever.
Yeah, I figured. So she's in Greece right now because she's got hired to produce a film there. So she's going to come back. We're going to chat so she can give me the lay of the land, what's going on now, get the inside scoop.
Yeah, no, she's fantastic. She is. I haven't spoken to her in a while. I need to reach out and say hi. But yeah,
She'll be back, I think, early March.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Remind me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I have to go to my wife to remind me about stuff like that because it's like
That's your new calendar?
yeah. Because if I don't write it down or tell her, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I remember when we used to run the Florida table. that was crazy. It was constantly getting hit up for this and for that. Just tell everybody, write it down, send me a text, send me an email. Otherwise, by the time I hit my car, it's forgotten.
So I hate to say it, guys, but
Oh,
time
what?
has almost hit the final.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it has.
Time flies when you have fun.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Alex, thank you so much. It's always great having you on the show. You know, I love you, man. I do, and I love the work that you're doing, and I love how you're doing it. I really do. I appreciate that because I've been fighting that for years and years. So thank you so much. Thanks for everything that you do. All right, everybody. Another episode of the Artist Loft has come and gone.
That's right. Remember, www.floridaartsnetwork.org.
Yep.
Contact us if you want to be on the show. Contact us if you want to be a sponsor. And
Or if you want to just help out with the Florida Arts Network. You know, there's so many talented kids out there that just don't have the resources to develop their craft. And we want to be there for them. We want to help. So hit us up on our website, see how you can help. And until next time, be good.
Take care.
Thank you for watching The Artist Loft. Make sure to tune in next time for another great show. A show that was produced by Ant Media Productions and hosted by the Florida Arts Network with your hosts Richard Sosa and Frank A. Ruffolo.